Hello dear students. So today we are going to learn a very interesting topic. Okay, before on going the topic, let's discuss an event, very interesting event of your life. Suppose you are teasing your sister and she is throwing the pillow on you and you want to prevent yourself and you are also throwing something to hit that pillow so you could prevent yourself. So at what angle you should throw that thing? Okay, so this kind of events happen in our life many times. So we are going to learn this thing. First thing that I want to ask from you, if she is throwing a pillow on you, then what kind of motion it will perform? That pillow will come to you in what trajectory? That we have already discussed. That will be the projectile motion that will move under the gravity on a parabolic path. And suppose you are also throwing something towards that pillow. So it could hit to that pillow. So it will also a projectile. So at what angle we should throw that particular relative projectile. So relative projectile means to what? That suppose a rocket is here. A rocket is going here on this path, on this track. Okay. So then a bee is sitting on this rocket and one another rocket which is moving here on this path. Okay, and one mosquito we are taking, that one mosquito is here. Okay, so if I ask from this bee, it is moving here in such a way on a projectile path, and this is also on a projectile path. So here both will be strike and it will clash with each other. So now if I ask from this bee that what type of this motion this mosquito is performing the motion, or this rocket, suppose this rocket is B and this rocket is A. B is sitting on a rocket A and mosquito is sitting on a rocket B. So if I ask from this bee that what type of motion this rocket is performing or this mosquito is performing, or either I can ask from this mosquito that what type of motion this bee is performing or this rocket is performing, so what will be their answer? That we are going to learn in our today's concept. So to learn this concept, we are going to discuss the concept behind this. So for that we are taking two projectiles. Now in a simple way we are making the diagrams. Suppose first projectile is here on velocity u1 at an angle theta1, and the second projectile which is moving here, sorry, let's take from the same direction. Here the velocity is u2 at an angle theta2. Okay, so we know that its component, if we take along the axis, so with the theta1 its component will be u1 cos theta1, and in the y direction if we take, that will be another component of theta, that will be u1 sin theta1. Similarly its component here will be how much? u2 cos theta2, and here its component will be how much? That will be u2 sin theta2. Now after any instant t, if I observe this b at where this b is, where this first rocket will be, so suppose after t second it is here. So if I draw the position vector of this rocket after t instant, suppose this is the r a vector. Okay, similarly after t second, where will be this rocket or this object? That will be here at any instant t at x2 comma y2, and this vector is suppose r2 vector, and this is ra vector whose coordinates we are considering x1 comma y1. So now if I try to find these coordinates, then what will be the coordinate of this projectile will be, that we know we can write ra vector is equals to what? x1 I cap plus y1 j cap So if similarly for this r2 vector can be written as how? x2 I cap plus y2 j cap. Okay, and because we have already discussed the projectile motion in very detail, so now we are quick to find the coordinates x1 y1. Then how to write this coordinate? That we know in x direction we do not have any acceleration, and in y direction we have the gravitational acceleration. So ax is how much there? Ax1 we can write that is 0, and ay1 is how much there? That is minus g. Same thing is also happening here. In x direction there is not any force which is supporting or opposing to the projectile, but in y direction there is a force that is gravitational. ay2 we can consider minus g. Okay, so acceleration is same in both the projectiles because both are performing the motion under gravity. Now if I write x1, so x1 can be written as u1 cos theta 1, which is the velocity along the x-axis, and time, after how much time, that is t. So what can I write? u1 cos theta 1 into t I cap plus y1. So what is the y1 coordinate? That is the motion in y direction. So we can write the velocity u1 sin theta 1 into t minus half at square. What is the what will be the place of a? That will be minus. So what we can write? u1 sin theta 1 into t minus half g t square j cap. So this will be our coordinate of this first particle. And what will be the coordinate of our second body? In the same way we can write here. Okay, we can write rb vector for this second projectile, rb. So that will be how much? rb u2 cos theta 2 into t I cap plus in j cap we will consider the motion in y direction. So what will be the motion? That u2 sin theta 2 minus half gt square j cap. So these are our coordinates or the position vector of first body with at an instant t. This is the coordinate of point of the second body at instant t. So these are position vector. So now if I ask from this B that where this mosquito is with respect to this B, so that will be what? Position of the second with respect to 1. So RB with respect to A, if I want to find, then what will be its formula? RB vector minus RA vector by a relative motion that we have already learned, we already studied. So RB vector minus RA vector. So if I write this, then what will it become? So this is the I cap, this is also I cap. If I subtract this I cap from this I cap, then it will be u2 cos theta 2 t minus u1 cos theta 1 t. So that we can write here u2 cos theta 2 t minus u1 cos theta 1 t I cap. This is in I cap plus y part. So in y part this is u1 sin theta t, u2 sin theta 2 t will be also here, u2 sin theta 2 t minus half gt square minus of this formula, and this minus will become plus, and it will be cancelled out with this half gt square to the half gt square. So what it will become? It will become u2 sin theta 2t minus u1 sin theta 1 t j cap. So this is the position of the B particle with respect to the A, of the second projectile with respect to the first one. So now if we differentiate this equation, then we can find what? That will be the velocity of the second projectile with respect to 1. So let's check what is the velocity of the second. So if we find the velocity B with respect to A, then what to do? Differentiate the RBA with respect to time. Okay, So now if we differentiate this, then we know this is the constant part into t. So the differentiation of t will be 1, t will be 1, from here t, here t. So this, the differentiation of t with respect to t will become what? That is 1. So what this equation will become? It will be u2 cos theta 2 minus u1 cos theta 1 I cap plus u2 sin theta 2 minus u1 sin theta 1 j cap. So this will be our velocity. Now if we look on this equation very carefully, then we can see that it is not depending upon time, because here is the only single power of time after which differentiation it is becomes the power of t is 0. Okay, so it is not depending upon that time. So velocity is time independent. What does it mean? That the velocity is constant. If the velocity is constant, it means the acceleration of the second particle with respect to 1 is 0, and the second particle is moving with the constant velocity with respect to the first one. So if I ask from this B, so it will say the mosquito is performing a uniform motion, we can say, and it is moving a uniform motion. Then uniform motion can never be on a circular path or any curved path. It means the motion of this second projectile with respect to 1 is what? That is a straight line. The mosquito with respect to us, we are standing on a ground, we are looking on this rocket, that is a projectile motion. If we are looking on the rocket 1, that is a projectile motion. But if I ask from this B that how this mosquito is going, on which track it is moving, so that is what? That is a straight line path. So what we can consider from here, that the one projectile with respect to another is perform a straight line, move on a straight line path. We can also write the acceleration from here, that acceleration of B with respect to A. So there is not any t in this velocity equation. When we differentiate this velocity VBA with respect to time, that will become 0. So the acceleration of B particle with respect to A is how much? That is 0. What does it mean? That it is performing a straight line motion. So one projectile with respect to another is what kind of motion? That is a straight line. So now what type of questions we will see in on the behalf of this concept, that you are throwing an object from here and someone is throwing another object from the another side. So at what point it will strike to that object, after how much time they will collide with each other. So we are going to discuss such type of concepts. So before going on that concept, let's discuss one more thing here, that we know now it will make a straight line. Okay, what type of motion it will perform? One projectile with respect to the another, relative projectile will be a straight line. So what type of straight line it will make, in which direction it will make, that will depend upon these terms, velocity. This is the main concept by which we will solve these questions. Okay, so if this term, suppose u2 cos theta 2 is greater than u1 cos theta 1, it means I cap is positive. Suppose our velocity v21 is positive, and this velocity u2 sin theta 2 is greater than u1 sin theta 1, so this term is also positive. So velocity in j cap, that is also positive. So this is in x direction, I am x, and this is in y direction, v21 y. So where the second object move with respect to 1 in the resultant of these, so on which straight line it is moving? In this direction. So that will be the resultant velocity v21. Similarly, suppose if this is negative, so that will be in the minus I, here it will be, and if that is also negative, suppose u1 cos theta 1 is greater than u2 cos theta 2, so that it is also in the negative direction, v21 x, here v21 y. So where this second object appear to the first one, on which path this is moving? So this is moving in this direction. Okay, so that there will be the resultant. Now the another thing, Suppose the second object is going in the horizontal direction with respect to 1, then how it is possible? We know it is moving in a straight line. Suppose if I am saying, or suppose this B is saying that mosquito is performing a horizontal motion, it is moving in this direction, or suppose in this direction, horizontal in this direction, when it can be possible? When the vertical component is 0. So to make that straight line horizontal, make it vertical component 0. What does it mean? That u2 sine theta 2 is equals to u1 sine theta 1. Then this component will be how much? That will be 0. Suppose this B is saying that this mosquito is coming downward or going upward in a vertical direction. What does it mean? The horizontal motion of this mosquito with respect to B becomes 0. That is not performing horizontal motion. Now let's discuss a question. Suppose there are two friends who are standing at a distance 100 meter from each other. That's a long distance, but just for the example we are considering. Now the first friend is throwing a ball here at an angle 37 degree with velocity, how much velocity? 50 meter per second. And another person who is standing here, he is also throwing a ball. By what velocity? That is given to find. Find the velocity, and the angle is 53 degree. Then by what velocity this object should be fired or this object should be thrown so it could collide to the first one that we want to find. So now just think that when this first object can collide to this one, when the relative motion, the relative velocity of the second object is towards the first one. Suppose it is moving here and it is moving here. When it can collide? If I consider the relative motion, then to first make it stop, we will give its velocity to the another. That we can do in the relative motion. So now suppose it is in this direction. So its relative velocity should be towards it. Then only it can collide. And we will take the relative velocity and just take a recap of the previous lectures, then how to deal with the relative velocity. Suppose if I am going towards the wall and I hit my head in the wall, I am moving there 10 meter per second. What can I say? I am standing here, I do not want to take the blame. I am standing here, the wall is coming towards me and it hit on my head. In physics both the things are same. So we can transfer the velocities to the another object in opposite direction to while taking the relative motion. So this is the u2, this is u1. So if we make the components of this velocity, so its component will be here u1 cos 37. So 50 cos 37. Cos 37 is 4 by 5. 50 into 4 by 5. So that will be 40 meter per second of this of the component of this velocity in this direction. So component in this direction will be how much? u1 sine 37. Sine 37, 50 into sine 37, 3 by 5. 5 will cancel with 50. So that will become how much? 30 meter per second. So these are the velocities of the first object, its own velocities. Now let's consider the components of this object. So its component towards cos 53. 53 is 3 by 5. So what we can write? 3 u2 by 5. And u sine 53. Sine 53 is how much? 4 by 5. So it will become 4 u2 by 5. So now if we make it stop, so we can transfer this velocity on the another object. Just like I took the example now, that if I am moving towards the wall with 5 meter per second, if I stop and the wall is coming towards me with 5 meter per second, both the conditions are same. So if this object is moving 4 u2 by 5 here, so let's consider it, make it stop and give this velocity to the another object in the opposite direction. The whole concept will remain same, whole condition will remain same. So now I am taking these velocities on this object 4 u2 by 5. So here in this direction it will be how much? 4 u2 by 5. And this velocity in opposite direction, so it will also come in this direction. Opposite, this is minus x on the, if I show this velocity on this object for the relative motion, then it will become how much? 3 u2 by 5. So now we can rub these, or we can consider this object is at rest. If I am making this is at rest, because I have given this velocity to this to consider the relative. So relatively now this object is moving with these velocities. So how much velocity is this? This is 3u2 by 5 plus 40. Relative velocity of A with respect to B in this direction, 3u2 by 5 plus 40. And relative velocity of this object A with respect to B is how much? In this direction 4, or upward direction we can consider 30 minus 4u2 by 5. Now we can consider this object is at rest, because we have given its velocities to the another object. Now if this object wants to hit that object, then where its relative velocity, overall velocity should be where? Towards this direction. Only then it can hit to what? This second object B. Otherwise it cannot hit to the B object. Suppose this is B and this is A. Okay, so it means that its whole velocity should be where? Horizontal, only in this direction. So if the whole velocity should be in this direction, then vertical velocity should be how much? That should be 0. So now how much is the vertical velocity? That is 30 minus 4u2 by 5. So vertical velocity is how much? V vertical, that is 30 minus 4u2 by 5. It should be 0. So the relatively, if A is moving towards B, then only it can hit. So it means the relative velocity in vertical direction should be how much? That should be 0. So 30 into 5 is equals to 4u2 we can write. So our u2 will become how much? That will be 150 divided by 4, 75 by 2 meter per second. So this is the concept that how we can solve this type of question. Let's discuss one more question. Okay, suppose here we are standing at an height 30 meter, okay, and your one friend is standing on any top floor, okay, at height 70 meter, and the distance between these two buildings is how much? That is 40 meter, and you are throwing an object here with velocity u1, and your friend from here, he is standing here and he is throwing an object here with velocity u2, that is equals to 10 meter per second. Okay, so now if we want to collide both the objects, suppose he is throwing the object to collide this object, so we have to consider we have to solve this question by the concept of relative projectile, because both will perform what kind of motion? It will perform a projectile, and it is also a horizontal projectile. So when this particle A will collide to the particle B, at what point or what time? So that we want to find. Okay, listen. So first and this angle is given, suppose 53 degree, and this is already we know, that is from the horizontal it is 0 degree. So now to consider this velocity, first we have to make the components. So the component of this velocity will be how much? u1, u cos 53, cos 53 is 3 by 5, so it will be 3u1 by 5, and in this direction how much velocity will be there? That will be 4u1 upon 5. Okay, so to make this object stop, so we can, to make the question easy, then we can consider that this object should be move in this direction. So this velocity, if I transfer to this object, then in which direction it will come? In this direction. So we can write this velocity 10 meter plus 10 meter per second. This part is because of the second object. Now this velocity we can remove from here. So now we can consider this point is at rest, okay. So what is the concept? That the relative motion of first object should be towards the second one. then only it can hit to the B. Now where should be its relative velocity, its net velocity? It should be towards B, only then it can hit. So first let's discuss what is the angle there. So this distance is 30, so this distance is also 30 from here to here, total 70. So how much distance is left here? That is 40 meter. If this is 40, this distance is, if this is 40, this is also 40 meter. So if for this 40, this 40, then the angle from here to here will become how much? That will be 45 degree. So our net velocity should be where? Well, relative velocity of A with respect to B, that should be at 45 degree angle. And if both the velocities are at 45 degree angle, it means horizontal velocity and vertical velocity should be same. So this, just by applying this concept, our question is solved. It means what is the horizontal velocity? 3u1 by 5 plus 10, and what is the vertical? 4u1 by 5. So make these velocities equal. For 45 degree angle 45 degree, V horizontal is equals to V vertical. So 3u1 upon 5 plus 10 is equals to how much? That is 4u1 upon 5. If I transfer it on another side, then 3u1 by 4u1 by 5, so it will become u1 by 5 is equals to 10. Yes. So what will be our answer? u1 is equals to 50 meter per second. Okay. Now if I consider that after how much time it will strike, so just consider its velocity is in this direction, so overall velocity is 10 meter per second. So how much far the second object from the first one? If it is stopped at here, so we are taking only in the horizontal direction. So this distance is 40, and by what velocity is covering to that 40 meter distance? By this velocity. So time will be 40 meter distance upon horizontal velocity, 3u1 by 5. Now we know u1 is how much? 50. 50 by 5, 10. 10 into 3, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. Sir? So this is 1 second. So after 1 second, both the objects will collide. So this is the way that how we can solve these type of questions. Okay. So I hope you understand the concept. Thank you very much. We will